Yo guys, welcome back to another video. Now this is another building video, and in this video we're going to be building another structure. Now I don't really know what exactly this is. It could be used for a variety of different things, maybe a barracks, some sort of bunker, or some sort of indirect fire shelter. Whatever you want to call it or use it as, really up to you. But we're going to be building this nonetheless. I'm probably going to be using this in my next Plastic Assault episode as kind of like a headquarters, kind of like an upper part of a headquarters, and underground would be where the main part of their HQ is. So I'll probably be using it something like that. But yeah, we'll get straight into this. So you're going to need some A4 balsa wood like last time. You're going to cut one of the sheets up into 3 pieces, and then you're going to cut out one part of the other sheet. You're also going to need one of these 90-degree metal tools. I forgot what these things are called, but I'm sure that you guys know. But you need one of these, and you're going to mark out directly from both corners. You're going to go all the way to the edge. You can see the centimeters used on the tool there, but the top bit there is a bit wonky. I will be fixing that later on. But yeah, try and make sure these are as straight as possible, and you're going to do that for 2 of the sheets of wood. So once you've cut them out, you're going to be left with these. You're going to have an offcut, and you're going to have these 2 pyramid shapes. It's definitely not as hard as the last one. Well, the other one isn't too hard, but this is way more simple. Now you're literally just going to glue the other pieces of wood to the sides of these, but before you do that, you do need to make sure the sizes are correct. So what you're going to do is you're going to get your pencil out, and you're going to measure the distance. As you can see here, see it's sort of overlapping, so you're going to have to put a pencil mark there and draw a straight line across to the other side, and then cut them 2 different pieces, and then you'll see it fits nice and perfect. Alright, so the next step is you need to get one of the pyramid shapes, and you need to cut out a door frame, or where the door would be. Now you don't have to do this if you don't want there to be a door in it, but I will be placing a door. Now you're going to grab one of your toy soldiers and measure a rough distance. You want it to be maybe a centimeter or more above the head. You can see I did it a little bit low here, but I do end up changing that. But yeah, make sure it's at least a centimeter above, so there's some headroom for the troops. And then yeah, you'll be using these offcuts here to create the door frame. Well, the door entrance, whatever you want to call it. So once you've done that, you'll be left with these pieces of wood. Now you can cut these to size. You can also, if you want to, you can just create a triangle instead of this shape that I've got there. You can have a triangle, and then you could stick the doors on the side of the walls here, but that's entirely up to you. I will be making the door on the front, but either design works. Again, entirely up to you and what you want it to look like. So I did end up cutting these down slightly more just to make them a bit shorter. When I did some measurements, it turned out to be a bit too long, so I did shorten them a little bit. And yeah, what you're going to be doing with one of the cut-offs is you're going to be creating the roof for the door frame, and then you'll be gluing those onto the entrance there, and yeah, you'll be left with this. And like the last one, well, the last video I did, you're going to want to get some cardboard and create one of the doors, and I'll show how you do that here. Just get a piece of cardboard, and you'll be creating a line. Now the bit of cardboard has to be bigger than the entrance, so you can have this fold here, and the reason for that is by having this fold you can actually open and close the door, which is what we're going for. And then you're basically just going to glue that into position. Now you can position the door further or lower. It just depends how close you want the door to be to the entrance, but this is what I ended up doing. You can see I'm kind of struggling a bit with one hand, but yeah, we ended up with something like this, and then I ended up putting a door handle using some wooden sticks. Now once you've done that, we're just going to get some hot glue gun, and yeah, you're just going to glue that straight onto the entrance. It's relatively simple. Now you can also just get a bit of cardboard and stick it inside if you don't want a door, well, an entrance with cover. You can just have it like that. It looks pretty cool that way as well, so you can just do that. But again, this is entirely up to you to decide what you want your bunker to look like. And yeah, there we go, that is glued on. Now we do need to get a roof, so what you're going to do is cut out a piece of wood to size and then slap that right on the top. And yeah, that is literally it, guys. Relatively simple to build. You need maybe 2 bits of A4 sized balsa wood sheets So not really that expensive, not as costly as the other one, but again, balsa wood is quite cheap depending on where you're from. But yeah, that is the bunker, guys. You can see I've got the army man here for reference. Could also be used as a small barracks or some sort of storage area. Entirely up to you. Again, this can be personalized. You can see I added a bit of wood to the top of it in this image. Makes it look a bit more reinforced, I guess. But yeah, that's it, guys. Thank you for watching, and I'll see you lot in the next one. Take care.